Get ready to learn the fundamentals of literary criticism. Watch until the end of this video. First, get to know the purposes of literary criticism. To help us resolve difficulty in reading, to help us choose the better of two conflicting readings, and to enable us to form judgments about literature. To give you more technical definition, literary criticism is the study, analysis, and evaluation of imaginative literature. Let's now talk about the body of ideas and methods we use in the practical reading of literature, otherwise known as literary theories. Formalism. Formalism focuses on the following elements: the exposition, the rising action, conflict, complication, climax, falling action, and denouement. It also includes characters, setting, theme, point of view, and literary devices. Hence, form. No need to bring outside information about history, politics, society, or about the author's life. It focuses itself and its form. Terms in formalism: the tension, the integral unity which results from the resolution of the opposites. Intentional fallacy, the belief the meaning is based on the author's intention. Affective fallacy, the meaning of a work is determined by its effect on the reader. External form, rhyme scheme, meter, stanza, and the like. Objective correlative or symbolism. To make it simpler, formalism focuses on the structures of the text itself. Next, historical and biographical approaches, a reflection and product of the times, hence history, and circumstances in one's life, hence biographical. It is about the author and the political, economical, and sociological context of his times. Think of why Dr. Jose Rizal has written No Limitangere in El Filibusterismo, because he has experienced it. Now that's biographical and historical at the same time. We also have Archetypal Approach, the assumption human beings have basic experiences in common and have developed similar stories and symbols. When we say archetype, we refer to the prototype or the original pattern. Carl Jung claims that some of his patients' dreams contained images and narrative patterns not from their personal unconscious, but from the collective unconscious of the human race. Here are the types of archetypal approaches: the hero and the quest. According to Joseph Campbell, the story of the hero is the monomyth, where the hero is called to an adventure or a quest. The stages of the quest includes separation, initiation, and return. While think of Rama, Odysseus, or even Lamang. The death and rebirth pattern as another type of archetypal approach reflects the cycle of the seasons, requires a sacrifice so that the season continues. Even in Bible, even Hades and Persephone, or even Perseus and Medusa, there is always a sacrificial hero, usually a god or a king, accepts death or disgrace so that the community can flourish. Characters like Oedipus and Hamlet sacrifice themselves to save their kingdoms. Mother Earth, Father Sky. The earth, as the mother of all life, mirrored the male divinity, the sky god. Their offspring are all the creatures. Each mother characters are characterized by vitality, courage, and optimism. We proceed to the culture founder, tricksters, and witches. A prominent example is Prometheus, the great culture founder of the Greeks, who created mankind and invented writing, mathematics, and technology. However, Prometheus stole the fire from the gods and gave it to the humans. We also have the four elements: the world, the earth, the water, fire, and air. The earth nurtures life, water purifies, fire distracts, and the air is spiritual. Let us now go back to the literary theories. The antithesis of formalism is called deconstruction. The unified meaning of a text is doomed to failure by the nature of the language itself. To deconstruct a literary work is to show that it is self-contradictory. Deconstruction believes that language is equivocal and has no stable meaning intended by the author. We also have feminist criticism, which arose from the struggle for women's rights. Feminist critics have shown that literature reflects a patriarchal or male-dominated perspective of society. Patriarchalism is an ideology that causes women to be depicted in two ways: goddesses when they serve the patriarchal as virtuous wives, prostitutes, and witches when they do not. Literature is viewed to discuss man and its nature, and that is moral or humanistic approach. It presents man as essentially rational. When we are using moral or humanistic approach, here are some central questions to ask. What behaviors do the characters display that the author wants us to think are right? What behavior is wrong? Moral or philosophical approach evaluates the ethical content of literary works and concerns itself with less formal characteristics. The psychological approach. Sigmund Freud emphasized the creative process, the mind of the artist, and the motivations of characters. There are four main influential ideas. The unconscious. Human beings are not conscious of all their feelings, urges, and desires. Freud compared the mind to an iceberg. The mind consists of a small conscious portion and a vast unconscious portion. Repression. Society demands restraint, order, and respectability, which leads to subtexts in dreams and literature. The tripartite psyche. The ego, the conscious, the part that interacts with the environment, the reasonable, sane, mature, and capable of dealing with stresses of daily life. We also have the id, which is the unconscious, the basic drives of hunger, thirst, pleasure, and aggression. It is removed from reality. It is the mind of the infant, demanding instant gratification. And the superego, the conscience, parentally instilled moral attitudes, ego ideal. The Oedipus Complex, the powerful feelings that develop between mother and son. Sociological approach. Expression of man with given social situation, which is reduced to discussion on economics. Cultural approach. Manifestations and vehicles of a nation's or race's culture and tradition.